White House says President Joe Biden told Russian President Vladimir Putin on Tuesday that the United States is prepared to launch strong economic measures should Russia invade Ukraine, signaling that these new measures would pack a bigger punch than the sanctions issued in 2014 that failed to stop Russia from occupying Crimea. Biden and Putin spoke for about 2 hours over a secure video call earlier Tuesday. The two presidents tasked their respective teams with following up on their discussions, with the White House adding that the U.S. will do so in close coordination with allies and partners. In addition to the Ukraine issue, the two leaders discussed the U.S.-Russia dialogue on strategic stability, a separate dialogue on ransomware, as well as joint work on regional issues such as Iran, the White House said. A White House photograph from the meeting, which began at 10:07 MET and ended at 12:08 p.m. ET, showed that Secretary of State Antony Blinken, Sullivan, and Senior Director for Russia and Central Asia Eric Green were seated next to Biden in the Situation Room during the video call. The two leaders took part in a summit in Geneva last June. Their last publicly known call was in July. Later Tuesday afternoon, Biden spoke with President Emmanuel Macron of France, Chancellor Angela Merkel of Germany, Prime Minister Mario Draghi of Italy, and Prime Minister Boris Johnson of the United Kingdom, the same group of European allies he conferred with Monday night. Tuesday marks Merkel's final full day in office. Biden briefed the allies on the Putin call and, according to a White House statement, the leaders underscored their support for Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity, as well as the need for Russia to reduce tensions and engage in diplomacy. Sullivan said during Tuesday's press briefing that the White House team was debriefing the embassies of NATO members, European Union members, and key Indo-Pacific allies on the US-Russia call. Biden will speak with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Thursday. Biden is also expected to speak with the leaders of both houses of Congress to discuss ways in which the administration and the Congress can work together on a bipartisan basis to stand up for American interests and values and stand behind our friends and partners, Sullivan added. The Russians said in their readout of the Biden-Putin meeting that Ukraine was the predominant subject of the conversation, and Biden had emphasized the allegedly threatening nature of the movements of Russian troops near the Ukrainian borders and outlined sanctions measures that the United States and its allies would be ready to apply in the event of a further escalation of the situation. In response, Vladimir Putin stressed that the responsibility should not be shifted onto the shoulders of Russia, since it is NATO that is making dangerous attempts to conquer Ukrainian territory and is building up its military potential at our borders. The Kremlin statement said, therefore, Russia is seriously interested in obtaining reliable, legally fixed guarantees excluding the expansion of NATO in the eastern direction and the deployment of offensive strike weapons systems in the states adjacent to Russia. Putin aide Yuri Ushakov told reporters on a conference call Tuesday night that the Russian president told Biden, while Americans are worried about Russian troops thousands of kilometers away from the United States, Moscow is really worried about our security, the security of Russia in a global sense. Asked if Putin promised Biden that he would not use his troops in Ukraine, Ushakov dismissed the idea of an invasion. There was not even such a discussion. What do you mean to bring in troops? What is it, an invasion, or what? This was out of the question, Ushakov said. The officials said final decisions hadn't been made on whether and when to apply the new sanctions, and said the Biden administration is currently in talks with European partners, many of whom have closer economic relationships to Russia, in the hopes of coordinating action